Okay, I got half a turn clockwise, so it's leaning it. There it goes. You hear my engine roaring again, right? What I'm going to do is counterclockwise it to enriching it some more, the air fuel mixture screw. That's almost another full turn. It's screw is shaking too much. Okay, so that means it's probably it's too rich. So I'm going to turn the counterclockwise again, go back to leaning it. Okay, I did about maybe a full turn clockwise, just leaning it. Yeah, I can feel the RPMs braving up. There we go. I feel that the RPMs braving up at this point right here. I think that might be our peak RPM. Even though I can't see the RPM gauge, you guys can hear the sound with me. Intake manifold is still cold to the touch. Still cold to the touch, no problem there. Yeah, I apologize for the waviness. There's nothing I can do right now. Super tripod didn't want to work with me. Let me try to see if I can put the battery bank underneath them. See if I can get a little bit more stability. Same thing, whatever it hits. You guys can see more if I don't have this guy on there. Alright, go ahead. Expect to see like a different sound right away. I'll probably have to hold it a little bit. Actually, you know what? It's quieting down. The vibration is kind of damping up. I think maybe this is our aisle peak. So let me do this. I'm going to turn it clockwise. I'm going to count how many turns this time. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? We're going to turn it clockwise. The engine might die on this, okay? Okay, here we go. Clockwise turn, leaning it. 1. A full turn. Full turn and a half. 2 full turns. This all the way here is closing. Oh, I better get it back out. Okay, half a turn. A full turn. A full turn and a quarter, just to see. This is a full turn and a half. This is a full turn and a half right now. Full turn and a quarter and full turn and a half. Let's see what happens. Okay, this is a full turn and a half. I'm going to go clockwise, leaning it back to a full turn and a quarter. Right there is a full turn and a quarter. Give it a little bit of RPM. on for us. See that right there? You want it to really idle between 1,000 and 2,000 RPM. So we can't tell, we have to go by ear now. Covering the net camera there. We can't tell, we have to go by ear now, unfortunately. That is not really moving. We're starting to see bubbles in our lines. That might be indication that our fuel light might be coming low. So it might be a refill time. I haven't filled this fuel tank up since we last cleaned out all the bore kits and everything. You see there's bubbles now. Looks like it might be the last day. Okay, so we got what? I can't remember. I think we got like a full turn and a quarter. Oh no, a full turn and a quarter. Okay, so here we go again. Okay, I'm gonna go back and close it, leaning it. So I'm gonna go back the other now. A quarter turn. A half a turn. Half a turn and a quarter, that's closing it back. So we're gonna go back out. Half a turn. A full turn. I'm going to do a full turn and a quarter. See how this sounds? We'll wait for it. Okay, we're going to go half a turn now. I mean, we're going to go another quarter turn. So now, this is a full turn and a half. Okay, let's go another quarter turn. So we got probably 1.75 turn. How about that? Or let's do 2 full turns. Okay, so this is 1.75. You guys hear anything different? Okay, let's go 2 full turns. There it goes. That's 2 full turns. That's running rich. So far the motor oil hasn't spurred back out anymore. Not sure if it has enough motor oil to spur back out. He said take a little bit out, but if we start with 750 milliliter, that was just, okay, there it goes, look, it's coming out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go backtrack. So let's go ahead and go bring it back to a full turn and a half. Okay, that's a full turn and a half. Oh, it's back where we started from. So now it's a matter of playing with the idle switch. Our battery is at a high 14.7 since it's all just started. I'm not sure you guys can see it though. The lights and everything is crazy. The camera captures it at a different rate, so it's able to see things slowly than the naked eye can. But it's 14.7 volts charged already. You can always tell right here too. Not accurately. Thumb screw. When I say play with it, that's what we're really doing because we're trying to figure it out. So I'm going to go ahead and pretty much clockwise it to enrich it more. It's opposite from the air fuel mixture screw. The throttle screw here, or I call it the idle screw. When I'm turning it clockwise, it's going to enrich it. It's going to open this gap up more and let more air fuel in. So here we go. It's almost like you're grabbing the throttle and turning yourself here, right? So here we go. Yeah, it doesn't sound... It hasn't really gone down to a good idle speed yet. So what I'm doing is enriching it. So the wheels starting to want to move. idea is to actually, once you get the highest peak of your RPM air fuel mixture screw, you want to actually turn the screw here counterclockwise to lean back your idle screw to get to a calm noise. So here we go. We're going to lean it back out before the engine dies, okay? So I'm going to turn it counterclockwise. You heard what it was when I turned it a little bit forward. The wheel wanted to move a little bit. There we go. See how it's quiet? Look at that. Quiet now, but you can start seeing the oil there wanting to, you know, want to throw some drama there. There we go. I'm turning it some more. I'm dialing it down. I'm taking the idle down, meaning leaning it. The idle thumb screw, throttle screw, I'm leaning it. I'm turning it counterclockwise. Or I'm so sorry. Yeah, well, am I? Counterclockwise? Guys, I lose my sense of direction. I'm turning, yeah, I'm turning it counterclockwise. So we're dialing it down. You see that? It's a different sound. But it's still shaking like crazy though. I mean, you can see the handlebars here. But you have to turn it and just kind of wait for a little bit. But you can see here the oil looks like it's kind of, what happens is, okay, let me go and turn it some more, then lean it some more. You want to turn it where it doesn't kill the engine. So we got our air fuel mixture screw at a full turn and a half, and our idle screw or thumb screw, it's still able to turn counterclockwise to lean it more. Just want to get the engine calmer. But you don't want to hear it like that. See, it looks like it's about to die. See that? That's about to die. See, it died. That was a little too much there. I mean, a little too little. Okay, so what we're going to do is going to go ahead and try start again, but probably die right away. But I'll show you the difference between leaving it in that same position here where it died to starting in the same position where it died. So let's go ahead and hit our start button, hold that brake lever. Try to do it all at once here. Okay, I got the brake lever held in my pinky sort of, or index finger. Alright, see, it's going to die soon. Let me turn this back to riching it by going clockwise, yeah. Clockwise. Clockwise. Oh, a little magnet here. Maybe get it put in the charger. Oh, you can see here, it's oil spurting out. So I'm going to go ahead and clockwise it some more, riching it some more. Still vibrating, but give it some time to self-adjust. Yeah, because if you go too lean, you can see the engine dies. You go too rich, it still dies. So it's got to be somewhere balanced. Sounds like a helicopter. Kind of listen in for it. There's no white smoke, so there's no sign of it being too lean. So again, we have our turn at about a full turn and a half. Still not all the way dialed in yet. All right, let's go ahead and give it a little bit more. I'm going to turn it clockwise to enriching it some more, the idle. want to do it the way where the rear wheel isn't going forward. It's kind of hard for me to lift it up. We'll tune it some more once we probably take this guy off anyway. Maybe we have to, I don't know. But we'll find out. For sure it's taking a lot of motor oil out. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm not really doing anything yet. I'm just putting my hand on there, trying to decide here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn it now, clockwise. You see the engine wants to go forward, right? Yeah, I'm going to turn it back counterclockwise. But I start seeing the wheel kind of jerk forward a little bit. What it's doing is actually putting pressure to pull this guy up. The same as you pulling your throttle, this little thumb screw here. That's why they call it the idle or throttle screw. Okay, now I'm trying to lean it back. Still kind of shaking a little bit more than I want. Doesn't feel like a natural engine in sync yet. Okay, well we got this where we don't want it to die. So let's go and mess with our air fuel mixture screw again. Now we already have it again. We know now it's a full turn and a half. So let's see what happens if we go a quarter turn. We're going to go ahead and back to leaning it. So we'll have a full turn and a quarter. There we go. We'll wait for it. Hear any noise? Okay, now we're going to go ahead and go for I guess we're going to go ahead and we're trying to hear the highest RPM, but let me go ahead and take it off another. I'm going to go ahead and take it off, make it a full turn only. You hear the engine raving? So it's actually one full turn and it makes the engine rave. Okay, so the engine's raving, less vibration. So you can see that the engine's raving. We got to just a full turn, not a full turn and a half, not a full turn and a quarter, just a full turn. You can hear the engine just revving on its own, even though our RPM is not showing it. I wish it did, but it didn't. So, careful not to drop my screwdriver in there. So let me put it over here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and mess with the thumb screw. I'm gonna go ahead and sort of decrease it, meaning leaning it. Now that I got the engine raving on the idle mixture screw, I think it's at its highest peak. I hear the sound. So let's go ahead and turn this counterclockwise and get the idle thumb screw here, the throttle screw. Okay, I want to make sure I'm doing counterclockwise because there can easily get pulled since the direction here because I'm facing opposite from it. So this is clockwise, this is counterclockwise, yeah. So I want to go counterclockwise. I'm going to go ahead and lean it back, meaning have the throttle get rested back in here, retract inside so it's not pulling it. We're going to find out. You want to do it before the engine dies. Or not what, just do it well enough where you see it's calm. So a full turn, just listen in. I'm doing little by little, counterclockwise. I got to watch this guy too, because the minute he goes too lean, he starts spitting oil. You guys can see him? Yeah. It's not too bad, but it's getting too shaky also. So let me go and try to lean him out and see if he goes any more different. See this one? Looks like he's quiet, but he looks like he's about to die. quiet, but it looks like he might die. The oil is acting up again. The decompression tube. Not sure we're almost dialed in yet, but I think we're close. So our estimation is a full turn on the air fuel mixer screw. Just a fuel turn. See, the guy's acting up again. So let me go ahead and enrichen him some more. I'm going to enrichen the idle screw, the thumb screw, the throttle screw, aka all that. By the way, let's see what's hot. Okay, the intake manifold is still like warm but not hot. I'm sure the valve cover is hot. Oh yeah, it's hot. Okay, let's check out the starter motor. Kind of like hot, but not like extreme hot like these guys. Yeah, they're getting warm. Not hot, but warm. Jacuzzi warm, how about that? So it's still pretty lightly warm. I mean, warm, but not like burning warm. Okay. All right, so we got the idle screw to where he's not going to spurt oil. So let's go and count again our turn. We can do this quickly so it won't kill the engine. Okay, so here it goes. This is at the position of half a turn. I'm going to go half a turn. Count with me. Half a turn clockwise, which is leaning it out. Actually, I'm stopping here. Let's see what happens. This is half a turn. Leaning. Okay, it's almost dying. Another half a turn, which is already closing up. Okay, oh, there you go. I waited too long. Okay, so let's go ahead and count this again. You'll just have to feel for this way. You don't have one of those wideband ratios. A little bit more challenging to do, but installing the wideband might be the same. Okay, so here we go. This is the closing it up, okay? This is completely closed, leaned out. Okay, so here we go. Half a turn. A full turn. So that's a full turn open on the air fuel mixture screw. Let's go and start that guy again. Kill switch is on. Just gotta get the brake. I wonder if I could put my finger through here as a holder, but I wouldn't take the chance with electricity, huh? Nope. Gotta hold this guy down. I gotta hold him for a little longer. Hold the button for a little longer, I mean. There we go. Let it go. Headlights working, you can see it coming on. Flip our high beam. If you flip our high beam, you can see that the bottom one's on. See that? So the high beam in the front is on, but the minute I flip the switch here, you'll see it. Okay, I'm gonna flip the switch off. See, only the running lights. They're supposed to actually go inclined this way, not this way, but that's okay. Alright, so now that we have this here, let's go ahead. We know it's a full turn for sure. Let's try a full turn and a quarter and just give it a break. Full turn and a quarter, okay? We're going counterclockwise on the idle air fuel mixture screw. Here we go. That's a full turn and a quarter. See what happens. We haven't touched the idle mixture screw yet. Okay, so far we're not seeing any signs yet. Okay, let's turn it another quarter turn. So it'll be a full turn and a quarter again. I mean, full turn and a half again. There we go. Full turn and a half. I almost hear something different, like it's at as high as RPM or peak before it goes down in RPM again. So So let's listen for it, okay? It doesn't feel like it's going down RPM or increasing RPM. Okay, now I'm going to do another quarter turn. So now it's 1.75 turn. Okay, now I'm going to give it another quarter turn. So now it's 2 full turns. Now it's kind of too rich, I think. I hear the engine being cluck, 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 cluck. Okay, let's go back up a full turn. Okay, so now we're at a turn and a half. Okay, let's back up another quarter turn. Now we're back to a full turn and a quarter. Nothing really, but it's running at a little bit smoother. So let's go back and take another quarter turn off. So we now got full turn. Now this is a half a turn, and then there's another half turn to shut it off. Okay, see that? Just want to make sure I'm where I'm at. Okay, so what I'm going to do is back it up. Okay, half a turn, full turn. Okay, that's a full turn right there. So let's go and start it again. Hold down the brake lever. Hold this for about, it seemed like it takes about 2 seconds to hold before the engine actually cranks over. Or maybe I held it a little bit longer. Carburetor is pretty balanced. It looks like it's pretty centered. The scooter is more tilted toward the left hand side. That's why it looks like it's inclining this way. But if the scooter was balanced like this, it would be perfectly parallel and really nice and balanced there. Alright, so we're going to keep it at full turn. We'll probably even give it a little bit more. Let's try a quarter turn and really get a feel for this. Quarter turn didn't do nothing. It doesn't seem like it made it any more or lesser. Now let's give it a complete full turn in. See that one? It looked like it went lower. RPM looked like it's dying. So let's back it up a quarter turn. Then let's go all the way to, yeah, I think the highest peak would be a full turn only. There you go. Full turn would probably be probably what this guy is probably needing. It's still vibrating, but that's how GY6 engines are. It's going to have a little bit of vibration. All right, so let's do this. Oh man, my back is killing me out here. So let's go ahead and what I'm going to do is, I guess, I'm going to go ahead and enrich it more. So that's like pulling on a throttle cable, right? The more I enrich it, the less that decompression oil is coming out. But our goal is to get this to this highest peak RPM, the air fuel mixture screw, while leaning out back our idle screw. So let's do that. Even though our idle screw makes things sound a little bit more like it's stable, you can see here there's less vibration on the handlebars. I mean, this might be a fit for it. It also might prevent us from having a hard start because our idle screw is too lean. So this might be a perfect ride. I think it might be. Let's see. So you can see the vibration. Let's see if you can see it. There's none. Well, not none, but there's very little. You can't even tell compared to what was last time. So I think this is where the engine's probably going to be idling at. Now the thing about this is, once you pull the throttle a little bit, you want to see it go forward a little bit. Well, not go forward, but I hope not. Because if this thing gets stuck, I'm in trouble. So I'm going to try to pull little by little here. A little scared. There we I'm afraid that if you pull this too much, it gets caught here and it stays on there. That's a problem. Look, see how it hooks like that? It's kind of dumb to me. That's what I'm thinking. If I get this whole cable off next time, I'm gonna put a heat shrink right here. That way it keeps this guy alignment onto this guy. But I think this is probably a good setting for him. So again, I think we recorded at a full turn, our air fuel mixture screw at a full turn, and our idle screw somewhere where we're comfortable. It's kind of hard to tell how to actually remember how much you turn on this guy. You could count it, maybe that'll work. But I think there's a flat side where you can see, where you can count the teeth. But you can't mark it because it'll go back around in circles again. I think this is fair. It's fair. I think the engine's not so much rattling. And our decompression tube is okay. So I think this is probably where we want to be at. Yeah. I think it's probably where we're going to be at for a while. We'll monitor and see how they react to this. I'm hoping that the oil cooler here is working what it's supposed to do. I don't see any leaks. That's a good sign. Our battery level, it's at 14.8 volts, fluctuating at 14.7, 14.8. So it's pretty neat. Look at this. Our gauge cluster, it's almost what happened to our gauge cluster? Wasn't things working? Oh, there you go. Weird. This guy. Look at that. I turn him off. It was just weird. I think there's a little short going on that we're not aware of. Anyway, I guess it went into sleep mode. I don't know. I've never seen a gauge cluster go into sleep mode, so it's fine. How you doing, Jeff? So try to tune it. You know anything about tuning scooters? You gotta listen for the right ratio, air fuel mixture. If not, you're struggling with the engine. You're gonna get too much fuel. Yeah. I think it sounds right now. It sounds normal. Before it was struggling. It was like pop, 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 really loud, like the engine's shaking a lot. It's not getting a proper mixture. It's just like when you do your lawnmower, right? The gas engine. Right. Yeah, you don't tap your engine. Oh, just replace it, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Parts are expensive. Labor is probably even more. Okay, so it's not that bad. I think this is probably where we're going to be at. Let me see if I can even idle it down more. But again, I kind of like it the way it is, so we'll still push it. Okay, now the battery reading is working now. Everything seems to be fine. Our signal, well, let me turn on the left signal. Blinking. Again, getting ready to take this guy off. This guy's blinking. Can't tell, but he's blinking. He looks the same because the camera catches it at a certain, I guess, what do you call that? Refresh rate. Okay, we're going to go and turn on the other signal. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. There we go. That little shadow there. Oh. And then the headlights again. We'll flip this guy on. You don't see him on yet, but I'm going to flip him on in a second. 1, 2, 3. There you go. So he controls the lower light. So I can mess a little bit more with the thumb screw now. I think we got our highest peak for our idle air fuel mixture screw. And I guess the oil's not really acting up on us anymore, even though there's a bunch of clog here. It's like a, oh yeah, there's still air coming out here. Look at that. Look at that. If I push this down, that guy starts building up, right? So I let him go. There you go. It kind of worries me because there's like a little bit of oil leaking, and I can't have that for too many times. I know it's pushing air and oil forcefully at the same time. It's pushing air and oil here at the same time. I just can't have oil dripping little by little every day. Alright, so far it's running pretty smooth. Now I'm going to go ahead and adjust this a little bit more. Let me take this guy off. Darn, I just got my little Phillips there. I don't want to scratch anything, man. Creating more work for me, buddy. Okay, so here we go. I can get through here, I guess. Alright, there we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and adjust the idle screw a little bit more. And then eventually maybe our RPM gauge will start working on its own like it did last time. I guess it has to pick up on a certain amount of RPM before it really catches on. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and turn it. I'm going to lean it some more. Leaning always makes things quieter. So I'm going to go counterclockwise. And that's going this way. So I'm going to go like this way. Okay, here we go. I know it's kind of hard to tell with opposite direction. Watch the tubes do it at the same time, how it acts up. Oh wow, you can hear it, it's almost quieter. I'm just turning it little by little. Stopping, listening, turning it. Now you can see here, this is definitely vibrating. Camera can't catch it because I guess it has those steel modes, huh? But it's definitely vibrating. Yeah, it's vibrating. I can see it, but I can't capture this because the rate of where the camera captures it, either it's too slow or what, but I can actually see it. It's just vibrating more than the other one. So let me go ahead and lean this back. Let me go and rich this back until I see this guy here stabilize. I'm watching the handlebar, but you guys can't tell. I'm leaning him back. There we go. He's stabilized now. Oh, he's still vibrating. Yeah, he's vibrating from time to time, but he's not vibrating constantly like before. So that's how I'm gonna actually try to get my handlebars to not vibrate like it did before. So I'm gonna have to rich it again. Just like when you give more throttle, your scooter thanks you. It doesn't shake like it's, going on its last, thirst quench. So yeah, see this one? It's not shaking the handlebar. Again, I can't capture this on camera, unfortunately. I don't know why the film, I think the camera has either stabilization or it's picking up at a lower rate. Just the same thing with this one. I don't see the flicker, but you guys see the flicker on the camera. I see it with you, but I'm looking through the camera though. It's 14.8 volts charging. And this one's no longer vibrating. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna back it up again. I'm gonna back it up to as much as I can before I see the throttle vibrating. So I'm going counterclockwise again. Yeah, the throttle's vibrating there. Still vibrating. Not vibrating anymore. Or more stabilized anyway. Still vibrating a little bit. So I'm going to turn it clockwise a little bit more. I'm just turning it by a pinch. Still vibrating. You can hear the sound of the RPM going up, right? See, when more RPM you give it, the less vibration. I don't see it vibrating anymore. Vibrating. Because I went try to go back counterclockwise to get that little hair. Just gonna wait for it. I don't see vibration yet. Slight vibration, just a little bit, but let's see here. I'm not sure anyone ever tunes it by looking at the handlebar. But if I feel more vibration, I know my engine's struggling somewhat. Probably feel it too, actually. Yeah, I can feel it. So let's go ahead and see if we can. We're gonna richen it some more. One thing to actually see it, another thing to feel it. It's not bad. Too much, you're going to start seeing the wheel take off. This one's manageable. I don't feel too much of the vibration. I don't want to get like, you know, you get palm fatigue when you get too much vibration like this. It's like it's massaging you. I know it's not shaking, but now I'm actually going for a vibration feel. So let me turn it out some more. And then go and rich it some more. It's turned little by little like this. Not even much. Like a millimeter at a time. Yeah, my dad was able to tell me. I didn't realize he knows a little bit about scooter, but he said, yeah, that doesn't sound like the engine's properly tuned. So I'm like, really? How did you know that? I guess back in Cambodia, that's what they ride on in Asia. They know about scooters, and I thought my dad was too old to know about these kind of things. But yeah, he surprised me way before my time. Yeah, it feels okay. I feel a little bit of strength here. I mean, I feel like it's not like vibrating my hand fatigue off. So let's go and type it up a little bit. There's less vibration here. Let me just see what happens when I enrich it some more. I know the wheel starts turning, so I gotta be careful. See that? The wheel? See the wheel? Yeah, he's wanting to move forward. Look at it. He's vibrating. There we go. He's wanting enough where the wheel doesn't move almost. I think this might be a safe bet. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh wow, look, it kind of dropped on its own. This does feel like a little bit more calmer, and the wheel's not moving forward. So I think this might be our ideal. We're just trying to get better and better at this. So the longer we stay tuned and listen in, I think it sounds pretty tuned now. I mean, it's not going to sound like a Harley or anything, but it does feel like it. You can see here how much exhaust flows. And then also this guy here, he's blowing air also. It's funny because he's blowing air to cool this guy down. I guess which is beneficial for us. It's going to take some time when you're tuning it. You got to listen in, have the engine start up for 15 minutes, warm it up, and then you can start playing with the idle air fuel mixture screw, the idle screw, turn it where it don't get the engine kill. So you want to rich it enough where the engine doesn't die out of zone so you don't have a hard time starting it. And then you go into your idle mixture screw, turn it where you feel it's at its highest peak RPM before it actually drops down again. We tried it at full turn, even a full turn and a quarter. It seems like those two didn't do much for us. They were at the same peak. But when we did another quarter turn, like a full turn and a half, we saw that the engine was kind of dying back down. So that's not our peak. So our peak was either at a full turn and a quarter or a full turn. So we left it at its lowest point, which is a full turn. And then we adjust our idle to make sure nothing vibrates like crazy. Try and get the engine to go at this calm state. We're about an hour and 5 minutes of recording since the engine's on. So that's a pretty good long time, right, to test this out, see if anything else would act up. So far it's running pretty smooth. This guy's hot. This guy's warm. This actually stays warm. Well, it's kind of like it's jacuzzi hot. How about that? Not like burning off your skin hot. Warm. Of course, nothing cold. Not cold, but just warm. Let's see the air intake. Alright, so my recording's about to end, and I'll stop it here for the tuning part. But if you can see here, watch. Let's see what happens when I turn on the choke, okay? Just to end it with the choke, okay? Here it goes. 1, 2, 3. Oh, drop back the choke. Look at that. So that's what happens when people don't have their carburetor balance and they hit a bump, and then all of a sudden, you know, it creates a little bit more overflow. That's not what the manual choke does for you. It just gives you more squirt of fuel, overkill. What did happen there? Let's see, check it out. We're gonna turn this on. Let's see our cable there. Look at that. You can hear that noise. Oh, but wow, check this out.